You must have noticed whenever you get sad, you remember God at that time, not when you are happy. Sad is not a bad sign, but first step towards reaching God. That's another matter that Bhagavad Gita is the formula to become God at full potential or evil at full potential. But both ways ends up with Bhagavad Gita in the end. You simply can't skip it. You're gonna become a part of Bhagavad Gita by both ways. Becoming sad is a good sign to reach God level, but you find temporary solutions in that case. For example, the company of your best friend, your cousins, your pets, or something else. But have you ever tried to be alone, like all alone? Even all alone people find sad music. But have you ever tried going out for a movie or a trip or hang out all alone and go in a fun mood instead of being sad, enjoying your alone company? All alone is very difficult, like impossible for many of you. And that's why basically yoga, your inner journey, not like these Westerners who are using yoga just for physical fitness, nothing on mental basis. But you haven't even gone for a movie or hangout or trip all by yourself in fun mood. That's why, yes, I'm very happy today. I will enjoy myself today. No, right? No friends, no relatives, no pets, nobody, just you. Maybe some could try, but they end up talking to strangers. But that's a big move as well. Forget all alone, but try from initial steps at least, or at least in 24 hours for just 1 hour and see how you feel. Maybe a minute, test yourself. See your inner self and have a trip inside of you for a while. You have been traveling always outside. Forget all the worries of the society, the metrics, feel the alone company. But you have made yourself so much busy and you are a slave to the society. Your spouse, your children, your parents, your job. You don't have time. You have made yourself busy in all that circle that and you are stuck in that. How will you find time for yourself? But for how long you have been doing this all? Same things every time, over and over again. Preach what you practice, that rule applies. I have done all this myself, so don't worry. There is a History Erased show that I have been watching on History UK channel. The show depicts that if some things are vanished from the world, then everything is ruined because of that. For example, if Italy, bees, glass, pets like dogs and cats doesn't exist, what effect it will have on the world? Everything will be teared apart. There will be no civilization without them. Now I will give you a very unique concept, which is so one thing which is the basis of everything, holding up everything and doesn't even compel you to follow it or go through it as it's your own choice. What is it? So that's what I'm teaching about here. That's Bhagavad Gita. Because you would naturally go through it sooner or later. You can take as much time as you want. Either it would be in a negative or a positive way. And when you will remember everything, you will declare it yourself that, oh, I was the one who wasted that much time to finally understand it. I was so stupid, so blind. So this will be your own declaration. On the one hand, he is asking whether it has any value. So I'm continuing Bhagavad Gita from here. There are two things in this. Maybe there is some value, and if Krishna can tell him the value, then he can rationalize to fight. Maybe Krishna can explain that yes, there is value. Maybe Krishna will be able to explain that there is benefit, there is welfare. Maybe Krishna will be able to convince Arjuna that evil will be annihilated by evil, and then whatever is left will be good. So Arjuna will prepare himself to fight. Man wants to find intellectual reasons to prepare himself. Arjuna has both things in his mind. The way he is posing the question is that either you give me permission to run away, or I escape, or I go into the battle. Make the purpose clear to me. He wants to clear his mind. When you enter into battle, be confident in knowing that whatever is happening is auspicious, or run away from the war. He can see these two options. He seems to be agreeable to both. Whichever of these two become reasonable to opt out of both. It's like understanding this a little. Man has always considered himself intelligent, thoughtful, and rational. Aristotle has called man a rational animal. It is said that he is an intelligent creature. But as our understanding of man has increased, we have come to know that his intelligence is more than just proving his intelligence to the unintelligent ones. Man's reason is just trying to justify what is irrational and completely illogical within him. If he has to wage war, then first he would like to prove that war will bring good and welfare. Then he will enter the war. If he has to cut someone's neck, he would first want to prove that this work is being done in the interest of the best person, like whose neck is being cut. It should be in the best interest. The reason should be well known. Then he will be able to cut the neck easily. If he has to set a fire, he will want to decide that this fire will protect the religion. Then he will be ready to set the fire. Man has continuously tried to rationalize even those completely non intellectual elements within him. No, his questions are more important. Manu cannot help Arjuna. Arjuna is also in the same situation. There is preparation within him to fight. Otherwise, there would have been no need to come to this battlefield. There is an urge for war within his mind. He wants to settle the state. He wants to take the state. He also wants to take revenge for what has happened. That is why the war has come to this last moment. But there is no preparation like that of Duryodhana and like that of Bhima. Preparation is not complete. The mind is divided, split, broken. Somewhere inside I feel that it is wrong, useless, and somewhere it seems that I will have to do it. Is it a question of prestige, ego, clan, a thousand things? So it will be this issue. But things are going on inside him. His mind is double. He is double bound. And remember, a thinking mind always has a double mind. There is no double mind in the thoughtless, vicharheen. Even a no thought person, nirvichar, does not have a double mind. But a thoughtful mind person has a double mind. A thoughtful person means one who is constantly engaged in dialogue and discussion within himself, who is engaged in conflict within himself. By dividing himself into two parts, he is giving answers to what is right and what is not right. A thoughtful man is discussing within himself 24 hours a day. So the difference between vicharheen and nirvichar I already explained. So they look the same, but there is a huge difference. That discussion must have been going on inside Arjuna. He has brought himself to the battlefield after persuading whether it is right to fight or not. But he did not know the complete situation of the war. The man who dropped the atom bomb on Hiroshima in the last World War had no idea what would happen. All he knows is that he has to press a button and the atom will fall down. He does not even know that 100,000 people will die from this atom. He doesn't know anything. He has only one order, one command, which he has to fulfill. And the order is that he has to go and press a button on the airplane. He pressed the button and returned over Hiroshima. Just as the whole world came to know, he too came to know that 100,000 people just had died. Then he became sleepless. Then the man started seeing millions of dead bodies day and night. His life started trembling and trembling. His hands and legs started trembling. Then he finally started attacking himself. One day his pulse was cut by himself, and then he hit himself on the head with a hammer. Then he had to keep in a mental asylum. So there was a necessity for the other people to keep him in mental asylum.